What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode here of Bass and Furious TV. So today, kind of doing a quick little video for you guys, talking a little bit about setup I've been using lately here that's been crushing for me over the fall, and that's going to be my jig. For fall fishing, one of my go-tos, honestly year-round though, but we're definitely here in the fall, has been a jig. It's always a jig, never really changes. You could pretty much throw it year-round, just vary what you do, what colors, or retrieve, things like that, but you could throw a jig year-round and it catches the big ones, guys, the big ones. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about my setup. What I got here, my jig that I go to now is an Omega Custom Tackle jig. I just flip it around wood. I'll throw it in the grass. I'll throw it in the lily pads, throw it around bridge pilings. It don't really matter. You just pretty much keep it in your hand, throw it at whatever looks good. And like I said, the big key to it is want to vary a retrieve. So it has a little slot here where you can add rattles if you feel like you're fishing really dirty water and you want to bring some noise. Hopefully you guys can see that, rattles there. My trailer of choice lately has been a Rage Bug. This is kind of a green pumpkin, red fleck kind of deal, with a watermelon kind of deal trailer. I've been just throwing this around, guys, and it has been crushing lately. Crushing. Now where I'm at right now, a lot of you guys that know me know where I'm from. This is just a local pond I be fishing. I ain't really been jacking them out of here. Maybe a fish here or there, but I kind of stopped coming here for a while because it just wasn't producing at all. So I've been going to some other spots and a little bit farther up north, and that's, yeah, it's been the deal. It's been kind of catching me pretty much where I go. So the setup I've been throwing it on is my Concept Z. This is a 7:3 to 1 gear ratio. I've tried a bunch of different setups for a jig, guys, bunch of different setups for a jig, and this right here has actually been the absolute deal of all deals for me lately. It's been, basically it has enough speed to catch up and get me enough line back to make sure I'm not losing these fish. But it's not like so fast that it doesn't have enough power to be able to like winch these things up out of some stuff. Because I throw this jig right in the middle of a laydown. And sometimes I got to rip them over top of stuff. And it's, that's the point of being a jig. The point of using the jig is putting it in places that you may not be able to put another bait. The only other bait I would throw around this time of year would be a Texas rig. And I would probably throw it on the same setup though, because this has plenty of stuff to get it done. My rod of choice is a 13 fishing. The Concept Z is a 13 fishing reel. My rod of choice has been a 7'1" medium heavy action. This does anywhere between 3/8 to 1 ounce size of a lure, medium heavy power. This sucker has the backbone to get that hook into these suckers. I'm not getting these fish where the hook is barely in the top of the lip kind of thing. This sucker is getting in there good. It's got plenty of backbone, but it's got plenty of bend in it to get you what you need as well. So again, I'm just talking to you guys about what I do, my setup, what works good for me. Figured I'd do it while I'm at the pond, standing around, doing nothing. And then I'm gonna show you guys a little bit about me fishing it, how I like to fish it. Hopefully I get the angles good on this, but a little bit about how I like to fish it. But basically, medium heavy action rod. I like the 7'1". Like I said, I've tried different ones. I used to use a 7'4", 7'3" medium heavy. I think I could get away with that. 7'3" medium heavy, pretty good. But something about this 7'1", guys, this 7'1", it's short enough to where if I got to pitch it in like really tight spots, I can get in there, especially when I'm bank fishing. I can pitch it at really tight spots. I can be really accurate. And sometimes I'm not pitching it at stuff. Sometimes I'm just casting it out and just hopping it along the bottom like I would a Texas rig. Other times I am pitching directly at a target, trying to hit a target or around a target, and then just kind of soaking it. Sometimes I'm kind of just letting it sit for a while, barely twitching my rod, different. What I want to mess with is your retrieves. Like I said, just mess with your retrieves. Give yourself a chance, right? If the water cools off, you might want to slow down a little bit. If the sun's burning, you want to pitch at some targets, get in there deep where you think the fish might be hiding, ready to ambush. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. That's my setup. 7'1" medium heavy, half-ounce flipping jig. Throw it where you want, get bit how you want. But I've been using that Omega Custom Tackle. Another thing about the Omega Custom Tackle is the hook. So when it stands up, and I'll show you guys some underwater footage here too, when it's got a head that's like flat on the bottom, so I can skip this pretty good. But also too, it just kind of stands, and then your crawl, whatever crawl you use, just the tails just go up. I'll show you guys the clip, and it's money, man. I'm telling you, it looks so good. It's like if a bass is anywhere near it, he's chewing. Okay, just telling you. So I know a lot of you guys tune into my channel sometimes for tips. A lot of you guys tune in for catches. Most of you guys don't tune in for my opinion. Some of you do. Don't care. Still gonna give it. Okay. So that's what we got. Like I said, I'm gonna bring you guys along now. I'm just gonna do a little bit of fishing out here at this pond. See if we can catch some. And hopefully you guys can pick up maybe a tip or two to help you catch some more fish during the fall. And then throw that jig. Don't put that jig down. The only way to get better with the jig, because if you throw it like for 20 minutes and put it down, you'll never get the confidence you need in it. Because honestly, like minute number 47 is where you probably gonna jack the 4-pounder, but you never got there because you didn't have any patience. So if you're gonna throw a jig, do not throw it for like 10 minutes and put it down. If you're trying to learn it, don't throw it for 10 minutes and put it down and then pick up your squirrel bill. Keep that jig in your hand until you start to understand how it works. You understand when it bumps a log. You understand when it goes through grass. You understand when it hits a rock. You understand when you got a bite. You understand when you need to set the hook. You understand all these things by keeping it in your hand and not putting it down. So that's what I did for a while. And now when I pull up to a pond like this, you're not normally thinking pull out the jig, right? You want to throw some moving bait, spinner bait, chatter bait, buzz bait, you know, something like that. Give me one of these, man, and get out of my way. I'm going. All right, let's go. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit. Okay guys, so I hope that angle's good. Hope you can see, and the road noise and all that, but hope you guys can see. Like I said, I'm just gonna make a few casts out there to kind of see what's going on in the world today for the jig. And then depending on how this goes, if I catch something cool, we'll keep that. Otherwise, I'll show you guys other clip of me jacking them, or may not. Let's see. So hopefully you can hear me still. Right here, I got a tree right in front of me. So usually what I do with that is kind of, you know, hold my jig in one hand, pitch it out at the tree. Soft entry is the best. You want to go soft with the entry. You want it like to barely look like it's going in the water. Drop down right beside whatever target you're fishing. Usually what I do is that. Once I get it beside the target, then I usually give it a twitch with my rod. Really soft, nothing crazy, nothing like maniacal. Just a little twitch of my rod, right? Hop, hop. And then usually I bring it right back. So I got another tree right here, another part of it. Pitch soft, pitch it soft, let it drop down. Right now I'm just letting it sit there. See if something's coming to get it. Give it a hop. All right, hop, hop. Okay, nothing. Hop, hop, hop. Right now, that first pitch I made, I wasn't exactly by the piece of cover. I went past it, and now I'm bringing it back. This is the area I want to be in. Right now where I'm hopping. This is the strike zone. This is what I was trying to get to. But I always pitch way past what I'm actually trying to hit. All right, so that's the pitching one. The other one I do is just like this. Take it, bomb it out as far as I can, like you would a Texas rig. Obviously, look at something that might look good on the other side of the pond. Don't just like aimlessly cast. Or just fan cast, which is aimlessly casting, but with a target. So just start here, 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 here. Nothing. Look for some targets. Don't find it at the targets. Pitch around the edge of something that looks good. And if you do all that and you don't get bit on the jig, they ain't biting. I would still throw it around though. That's just my tip to you guys. I would still throw it around just because you're trying to learn it, right? Like you're trying to learn what to do with it right now. But if you're actually trying to go catch fish, if you fan cast, you hit all the targets, you don't get no bite, you might want to pick up a shake head if you actually want to catch some fish. But if you want to learn this technique, keep this in your hand. So I made a long cast, hop, hop. All right, so I just felt it bump a piece of wood. How do I know? Because again, I've been doing this for a while, so I know I bumped a piece of wood right there. So always when I bump something, I let it sink down, right? It looks like a bait ran into something. Now the fish might be thinking, getting some evil intentions, wanting to turn my bait into dinner. So I'm giving them a second. All right, nothing. So now I'm just hop, hop. Sometimes what I'll do is just straight retrieve it, like especially if I got a trailer with tails that kick. Sometimes I'll just straight retrieve it a little bit, let it go down. Just saw something take off to the right, so I'm gonna make a pitch over there. But I'm gonna finish this one out with another hop, hop. Okay, another hop, hop. Nothing. Another hop. Sometimes if I'm just trying different stuff, I'll do like a big hop like that, just kind of like just running. I mean, like the fish went crazy for a second. All right, hop, hop. Now I'm right back in that strike zone of the other place I was trying to fish, so maybe that fish might come back now. All right, nothing on that whole cast. Like I said, I just saw something over there. So bomb cast this time, and I see it moving. It's moving right there beside my jig. Right beside my jig. Don't know what it is. Just ran through like a little bit of wood. The other key thing about a jig I'll give you guys too is if you feel like wood or rock or something that you're bumping into, never just yank it when you bump into stuff. Never just be like, oh my God, yank. Because all you're going to do is drive the hook right into it and you'll never get your bait back. Oh, right in front of me now. So whatever I saw over there just moved right over here in front of me. So I'm trying to finish out the cast, but I feel like I'd be more productive if I just cast right there. So actually, it looks like it's 2 days, so I'm not sure. And so for you guys who are wondering, like, what am I looking at? Why am I making all these comments? It's because I see activity. Some on the surface, some looks like V's, so I can see the V's. They look like something just took off. Or I see like a blow up on the surface, but I really don't pay attention to the blow ups on the surface because a lot of times those are just like perch or bluegill or, you know, some little silly fish. Could be a white bass in here. Those things, they're all over the place. They always jump like maniacs, and I don't really worry about them. So. The other thing I want to stress to you guys is on a jig is to make sure that your stuff is straight. So make sure that your line tied to the hook the way you want it is straight. Make sure that your trailer's on there straight. Make sure your skirt is flaring out, you know, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that you keep an eye on that stuff, because sometimes when you bump certain things, it will get twisted up and you're like, you just keep casting, you're not really paying attention. And when it goes in the water, if fish see it, it ain't looking right. So that's why you're not getting the bites. You went right past the 3-pounder, but it didn't look right. So he was like, nah, I'm not going to mess with this crooked looking crawl deal. I know it might be a little small detail, but for me, I like everything to be straight. And I don't know, you'll watch like Edwin Evers or something, they'll tell you they want everything to be like really, really straight. And I noticed that I do get more bites when my stuff is on there properly. I've caught fish with a jig with a trailer that had no arms, okay? And they smacked the life out of it on a swim jig. I ripped off all the trailers on the swim jig, and Jess was fishing it, and they were annihilating it, guys. They were smacking the life out of this thing. They almost hit it more with no arms than they did with arms. It was insane. So I don't always rely on that. Even if I rip the pinchers off of something. Oh, nope, little log. So I just bumped a piece of wood. I just waited before I set the hook, because it felt like if it was going to take off, it was going to take off, and then I would catch it. But so be sure, if you haven't already, to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everyone that already has done that. Appreciate all the support, guys. So I appreciate those of you that have done that already. You guys are awesome. And like I said, I just wanted to say thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I will catch you guys on the next one. As always, this has been another episode of Bass and Furious TV. Hopefully this will help you, and I will catch you guys on the next one. As always, peace, peace. I'm out.